fingers crossed down the line we'll see some sort of an explanation, but since they're being quiet for this long, I don't think there will be. I think the price will be, well, for me anyway, $89.99. That's in euros, which is extremely high. That's a €90 game for a Nintendo console. Outrageous. Truly outrageous.
Is it $80 to some people? Sure. Money has different values to different people. And if it's your favorite franchise, it's probably worth $80.
I feel like people who were not on the $80 price train with this game, I don't think anyone was convinced otherwise.
Is it $79.99 good? Now, I have gotten used to the fact that some games we're going to be getting in the future are going to be $69.99, $70, because we've been at $59.99, we've been at $60 for a very long time in the world of video games. Our movies have gone up, our streaming services have gone up. It was only a matter of time before games do the same, and that's not even including the DLCs, the microtransactions, and everything else. Games are going to get more expensive the way that their games are now, with how much time is put into them, how much time we take playing them, the way that they're seen as a higher form of entertainment than they used to be. Price is going to eventually come with it.
And I hope this brings some people perspective. Please, I'm praying that the comments are not negative. I'm praying that people aren't saying this isn't true. Can you please just listen to the numbers? The numbers, they're not scary or mysterious. This isn't Severance. The numbers are true and real.
At no point when I'm seeing this am I excited about, oh great, open world driving, oh I can have a charge jump. This to me just does not look like an $80 game.
You know what's funny? If you were to take $60 today, get into a time machine, go back to 2017, and give them those same $60, you would still buy the game for $60 fucking dollars.
Is it worth the $80? Well, look, here's the thing, right?
I was gonna get Mario Kart anyway, because it's Mario Kart. Always have a good time playing it with friends and family. That's what Nintendo's good at. You can play games that are family friendly. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to sweat too much. It's just something to throw on some music, play with some friends, crack some jokes, drink some beers. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. I'm not paying $80 for it. I'm gonna get it with the bundle. If I cannot get it with the bundle, then I don't know. I can't see myself paying $80 for it though.
Okay. First and foremost, yo, what's good? Welcome back to Dimension 87. I'm your host, SirStrange, aka SirStreezy, in the building and at your service. Listen, man, I'm breaking my silence on this whole shebang, and we're gonna talk about this. All right, we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna discuss it, and you're gonna get the strange thought on all of it. So let's get into the video. So our first order of business here is indeed the Mario Kart World Direct. Apparently this was supposed to explain to those that were still on the fence about the $80 price tag as to why is this game worth $80, right? I watched it. It was cool. Y'all can check out the video right up here and just check it out real quick, and you know, watch for yourself how I react to it, and you know, get my thoughts on it. Well, not really my thoughts, just my reaction. Now I'm gonna go ahead and say this. Before we got this direct, I was already on board. I was already on board for the $80 price tag, because to me, moi, this game looks like, plays like it's gonna be worth every bit of my $80. That's just me. I know there's like a bubble of people that has the same thought, and they should not get shunned for that. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Once again, we go into this whole discussion about what does one find value in. If somebody's like, hey, this is worth $80 to them, then that's on them. Don't get mad at them for wanting to happily spend $80 on something they feel like the value is in. You know what I'm saying? But at the same token, those that are willing to do that is also agreeing that yes, of course, $80 is expensive. I don't think nobody is saying that it's not expensive. We get it. The $80 price hike is insane. And I understand other people's worries that, well, if Nintendo's gonna do it and get away with it, that means Sony and Xbox gonna do the same thing. But here's the thing though. This is where it's up to you as an individual, as an adult, to make these decisions for yourself. So what? Sony is gonna go ahead and be like, well, Nintendo did it, so here we go. Let's start launching games at $80, right? But here's the problem. Name me some titles ever since PlayStation's price hike to $70 that was actually worth to you $70. I'll give you two for Sony. At launch, I'll give you two. At launch, you got Hogwarts Legacy. To me, that was worth $70. And you got the Astrobot joint. Game of the year. A lot of elements, a lot of love and a lot of everything went into that. A lot of things that's pulling on your nostalgia as a PlayStation fan, all that. To me, beautiful, grand experience, worth every bit of $70. Everything else, no. Everything else is not, that they released, is not worth it. And I see y'all tripping right now. It's like, hold on, Strange, whoa. Time out. Wait a minute, ain't no way that you're telling us that God of War Ragnarok is not a $70 game. That Spider-Man 2 is not a $70 game. That Last of Us 2 is not a $70 game. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Those games are not worth that price tag. Not to me. They're not. To me, they seem like they fit in the same caliber as their predecessors at the $60 price tag. And it's not a knock to these games. Like bro, I love God of War. I love Kratos. I like the story with him and his son, especially that one, because I have a strong bond with my dad and everything. So that story hits hard. It hits different. But even with all of that, it's not worth the $70 price tag. Now for Xbox, hey, it's almost the same. Like, they really haven't released anything that says, oh yeah, this is worth $70. I'll give them 3 games. I'll give them Forza Horizon 5. I'll give them Starfield. Even with all the backlash and everything it's gotten, people are still going ham on that game. And I'll give them Microsoft Flight Sim, because of the value you get out of Microsoft Flight Sim. I mean, fun fact, I'm pretty sure I'm late to this, according to the rest of you people that actually does this Microsoft Flight Sim stuff. But the fun fact is, your actual flight hours that you put in on Flight Sim can actually count as real flight miles. So if you ever in your mind thought, hey, one of these days I think I might want to try and fly a plane, guess what? You can use your Microsoft Flight Sim hours as flight hours, as real training flight hours. That's cool. To me, that I'm like, yo, and it's only $70 for this game? Hey, that's worth it. To me though, that's worth it. I as an individual can't decide for you what's valuable. Only you can do that. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe if they threw me in the game, then it'll be worth $80. Haha.
Shut up, Hacky. Does the game look grand? Yes. Does the game look exciting? Of course. But whatever that price tag is for you, it's on you, man. At the end of the day, it's on you. You can either choose to buy it and complain about it later, or not buy it and still complain that you want the game but don't want to spend the money. It's your call. It's up to you. Staying on the subject of Nintendo's expensive games here, folks have still been complaining about the idea that Mario Kart World is not the only $80 game. That we're gonna have Switch 1, Switch 2 edition games that's gonna be $80. But here is my thing on that whole situation. So as far as I could find, it seems like these are the only games right here that are going to get the Nintendo Switch 2 edition upgrade of the game. Down here, it also said that what they announced so far, I see one title that's not up there, and it's Sid Meier's Civilization 7. But everything else they show images of that will be Switch 2 editions of the games. Now, here's my thing. These titles right here, from what I understand, according to this, I said Nintendo held its Nintendo Switch 2 Direct on April 2nd, where companies announced that its latest console will be released on June 5th and cost $450 in the US. It also revealed that a handful of Nintendo Switch games will be getting upgraded versions, which has been named the Nintendo Switch 2 editions and could cost up to $80. Now, here's the thing where I will say, yes, I don't agree with this at all, because the people that perhaps is brand new to the system and decided not to indulge in the Switch is going to miss out. They're gonna be out of luck, and feel crazy that they have to spend $80 or 80 plus, cause tax, for a game that was already available on the first console. But here's the thing where I say you guys are causing your own financial crisis. Peep game. Now look, I'm gonna get to this. I'm gonna get to this and this in a minute. The main things that I want to focus on, these four: Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Metro Prime Beyond, Metro Prime 4 Beyond, and Legend ZA. As far as I can tell and what we've seen so far, Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are only getting the visual upscale of what the Switch 2 can do. There's no, from what I understand, there's no new mechanic where you're using the mouse con or anything like that. There's no new, no nothing. I didn't see anything where you're utilizing the camera. I don't see anything where you're utilizing the microphone. Maybe there is, I don't know, but I mean, that's things that the Switch 2 is supposed to be as a bonus, and to enhance this, to make it justifiable to enhance this. No, it should not be $80 just for a visual upscaling, because that's all, for the most part, that's all I'm seeing that these two games are getting that makes it Switch 2 editions, is the visual upscaling. And no, that's not worth $80. But check this out. If you already own these titles, then you have nothing to worry about. You don't have to spend $80 because you already own the games. If you've had one of these and you've been playing these for, like, this thing has been out for a while now. It's 8 years. 8 years, and you haven't got a Switch, and you haven't got Breath of the Wild or Link to the Past, Tears of the Kingdom. That's on you. That is on you. But lucky for you, you can go to like Target or Walmart and you can get these two games for a little cheaper, than it will cost you to buy digitally. But I would say that it's safe to say at this point in time, you should already have these two games. So that's $80 you don't have to worry about. That's number one. Number two, it has been said by Nintendo themselves that if you are a Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack member, the Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom Switch 2 edition upgrades are included with your expansion pack service. So guess what? It's practically free, quote unquote, because if you're an expansion pack member, if you're solo dolo like me, you're only paying $50 a year for the service. If you got a big family and y'all using the service, then it's $80 a year. If you really want to experience Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom with the Switch 2 upscaling and the push, there you go. More power to you. You're paying for the service already. It's included. You own the game. Nothing to worry about. So yeah, not a big deal. Nothing to worry about. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Y'all gonna stone me for this. But I only played Metroid Prime 1's demo for the Switch. I never played Metroid Prime. But listening to other Prime fans, they're saying, hey man, this thing looks great, it looks amazing, and we didn't get a price tag for this yet, but people are saying it's gonna be $80 for the Switch 2. I don't see that happening. I really see this being at the $70 price tag. And if so, then is that bad for what's supposed to be a new Switch 2 title? I think that's fair. Now, another thing I think is happening is there's going to be a Switch 1 version of the game. And that may cost $60. But at that point, it's really up to you. If you want to get the Switch 1 version of the game, that's on you. A lot of people's going to get the Switch 2 version of the game. If you're getting the Switch 2 version of the game, then yeah, $70. Is it or is it not worth that for you Prime fans? Let me know down in the comments below. ZA, look man. Y'all already know. I don't care. I'm spending however much this is going to cost, whether it's 70 or whether it's 80. I'm gonna buy the game. I don't care. Y'all already know what it is. Big Pokemon fans here. I'm gonna get this game and I'm gonna be fine with it, because once again, it is a new Switch title. I believe they're gonna also, just like Metroid Prime 4, have a Switch 1 version of the game. But come on, if we're moving to Switch 2, I might as well just get the Switch 2 version of the game. Why not? Why not? So there's that thing. So if you're interested in those, if you're paying for the expansion pack service, that's practically free. If you're a Prime fan and you want them to play Prime, it's new, so it's worth the new. I'm asking, is it worth the new $70 price tag for you Prime fans? Me, myself, I don't know. I may scoop it up, but I don't want to miss out on any story elements. So I would rather see what's up with the first game instead. But that's just me. Pokemon, like I said, yeah, that's bought. Now, let's move our attention to these two right here. Now, these two, they're asking $80. Now, here's my thing. Number one, I know a lot of you went out and bought this game. A lot of y'all went out and bought Super Mario Party Jamboree. I know this. I'm in Discord communities where y'all are begging me to get this freaking game and I don't want to get it. But I made a promise to a buddy of mine. I'm going to end up getting it whenever I can. But listen. Number one, this is going to be $80. So, if you already own Mario Party Jamboree, it's not going to cost you $80. Once again, if you already own the game, you have nothing to worry about. It's not going to cost you $80. It may cost you what, 10, 20 bucks just for the upgrade or whatever. I don't know. They didn't elaborate on that deep enough yet to, you know, for that to be confirmed or whatever. But that's what I'm guessing, right? But here's the thing. If you don't own the game, right? And they're asking $80. You're getting Mario Party Jamboree and Jamboree TV together as a total Switch 2 edition package. That's 60. That's 60 for Jamboree and 20 for DLC. Is that not worth it? Does that not make sense? Makes sense to me. 60 for the game, 20 for DLC, packaged together, it's $80. So this, to me, if you don't own the game at all, that's not bad. That makes sense. This makes sense. But if you own the game, then you're Gucci. Just pay the whatever the extra cost is going to be. I'm guessing it's going to be 20 since it's $80 for the pack if you already own the game. Yeah, that makes sense. Same with this Kirby the Forgotten Land in its DLC edition. Now, this is another game I never played. I never played the new Kirby game. I've seen it. Looks dope. Looks cool. I've really never been like into Kirby. So once again, I will be relying on you Kirby fans to let me know, hey man, when this game dropped, was it worth every bit of $60 of your money? Like was it lit? Was it fire? But once again, unlike these other four, it has DLC. So just like Jamboree, if you own the game, then you're only having to worry about paying $20 extra for DLC. That's your Switch 2 edition. You're getting a DLC and you're getting your visual upscale, right? So yeah, this, if you don't own the game, $80, that makes sense. These two, Jamboree, Kirby, make sense. Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, no. Metroid Prime 4 and ZA, it's iffy because once again, I believe they do get Switch 1 versions of these games. But if you're buying the Switch 2 version of the game, $70, new game price. It's new game price. And then it's up to you whether it's worth that value. Pokemon, I'm paying for it. I don't care. I'm paying for Pokemon. But for Prime, if it's worth it to you, drop to 70. So yeah, that's my whole thing on this. It's like everyone is like, oh my gosh, Nintendo is gonna charge you $80. If you're already on the game, they're not charging you $80. If you don't own the game, you're only forcing yourself to pay $80 because you want to get the Switch 2 edition of the game. But if you just be smart and just find the game on sale, then no, you're still not paying $80. Like I said, y'all be causing y'all own financial crisis. There's loops to it. There's this, how my man Dog 185. There's levels to this. Just be smart, guys. Like, y'all made this a bad thing, and it's not even that bad if you just take a second to think about it and be like, you know what? I'm not stupid. I already own these games. I own these games. Well, minus these two. These ain't out yet. These four are out. I own these games. Why am I crying about having to pay $80 if I already own them? So there's that.
You know, I guarantee you they would not have that problem if they would just let me drop the ducats on the whole franchise.
Hacky, get out. Get out. There's the door. There's the door. Get out. Get out. I'm tired of you, man. Get out. This guy. Now that we've gotten all that out of the way, it's time to drop into some good news here. We found out today that those that were hungry and waiting for pre-order news, come to find out, you will now be able to finally pre-order your Switch 2 the 24th of April. That's right. This message was dropped earlier and it looks like it has Nintendo's stamp of approval. It reads, pre-orders for Nintendo Switch 2 will begin on Thursday, April 24, 2025. At launch, the price for Nintendo Switch 2 in the US will remain as announced on April 2nd at $449.99. And the Switch 2 plus Mario Kart World bundle will remain as announced at $499.99. Pricing for both physical and digital versions of Mario Kart World, $7,999, and Donkey Kong Bonanza, $6,999 will also remain unchanged at launch. However, Nintendo Switch 2 accessories will experience price adjustments from those announced on April 2nd due to changes in market conditions. Other adjustments to the price of any Nintendo product are also possible in the future depending on market conditions. And there you have it. So there you go. For everybody that was like, man, like, I really I need to pre-order, man. Like, the wait is over. Y'all now have an official date to enjoy and be hyped and excited to finally know when you can go out, get your pre-order in before the launch date of the console. Now, you heard what I said earlier. The accessories go up in price. Now, here's my thing about accessories. if you're that deep into it, you're gonna buy it. You're gonna go ahead and get these accessories. Me personally, look, this is the most I've done with accessories. I got these because the truth, I was walking in Walmart and I was like, oh man, these look cool. Let me cop these. And they're $50. That was it. I didn't need to do this because these still work. These still work. There's nothing wrong with them, minus the. I may have been a little rough on the analog. You know, I don't got the rubber thing no more. But they still work. No drift. No none of that. They still work. I didn't need those. Respectfully, I didn't really need that. I just got them because it looked cool. As far as I'm concerned, people are going to want the Pro Controller. Fine, that's cool. I'm not knocking you. Get the Pro Controller. People are going to want the Switch 2 camera. Hey, by all means, go ahead. Like, especially if you're playing Mario Party Jamboree and it utilizes the camera and all that. I think you could do better. But if you just have to have that Nintendo stamped product, then hey, good for you. Go ahead, cop that Switch 2 camera. You know, it's up to you. You want to buy extra Joy-Cons? Go ahead. All I'm saying is, if you're solo dolo like me, all that stuff is not necessary. You don't need no carrying case. You don't need no grip. You don't like like all this unnecessary stuff. It's like, yo, if you're a responsible adult and you're the only one that handles your stuff, that's all you need. What's the point? Why are you getting all this extra stuff that's costing you more money unless you just really want it? So the price increase on the accessories, I'm not knocking that. It's not crazy. That is pretty freaking crazy. $85 for a controller is nuts. I mean, yeah, it's crazy. The camera jumped up, what, $55 now? Yeah, man, it's you know, like again, the only accessory, if you're solo dolo, that should really matter is the micro SD express card. That's it. If you're planning on buying and downloading more Switch titles on your console, yeah, you might want to invest in a micro SD card. Other than that, that's pretty much the only accessory that's necessary in this case of being a Switch 2 owner, to me at least. But hey, more power to y'all that is gung-ho for accessories and y'all gotta have it all. Hey, do you, man? Don't let me stop you. I'm not gonna stop you. Shoot. Hey, whatever brings you peace, don't let me disturb that. Never. So yeah, at the end of the day, man, I still plan on getting my Switch 2 to play Switch 2 exclusive games. It might be one or two third-party games that slid through the cracks, like Borderlands 4 or something like that. But for the most part, nah, I'm not getting a Switch 2 to play old third-party games that I already have available on my PlayStation 5 or my computer. It just doesn't make sense to me. I'm not here for that. I'm not doing that. But as far as Switch 2 goes, Mario Kart World, to me, I see the value in it. I do see that, to me, it's worth $80. Even before the direct, I was like, oh yeah, this. Mario Kart turns into Forza, flames. I'm for it. I'm here. $80. Take it. Here you go. Take it. Donkey Kong Bonanza, $70. Bet. I'm in here. I'm in. Whatever Legend ZA drops at, I'm in. Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment, I think that's going to be $70. I'm in. Let's get it. Let's go. This is why I'm getting it, to play the Switch 2 exclusive titles. So yeah, do I like the $80 price hike? Of course not. It's crazy. It is crazy. But is that going to stop me from enjoying what I want to enjoy? No, I'm going to pay it. Because I want to play it, and I want to be able to entertain y'all day one when the bad boy drops. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there you go. That's my thoughts on it. talk to me. Let me know down in the comments below, what are y'all thoughts on this whole thing? Because that's all I've been hearing everywhere in the Discord spaces, in the Twitter spaces. Price hikes, switch to the Mario Kart World Direct was not what it was supposed to be. It's like folks gonna like what they like, folks gonna want what they want, folks gonna spend money on what they want to spend money on. I have no power over that. You do. You know?
Well, since we're okay with giving out money, how about you throw your pal a couple of stacks?
I'm gonna throw you down a stack of stairs. That's gonna be the end of this video, gang. Comments down below. Let's talk about it. Tell me your thoughts, and I will see you next time. Peace. We are.